3-yard line.
Right there.
Ronnie Harrison on the tackle. A gain of 3 brings up second and goal at the 3-yard line.
Let's go now.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal.
Here we go. Ready.
Now here's Snell. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. The tally there, -2 yards. Brings up third down.
Hey, box drop.
Third down and goal to go.
50. Let's go, defense.
Now.
From the gun on third down. Lawrence. His pass caught at the 4. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. Fourth down. And Boswell's kick is good. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set, ready. 8, read. Give me 2 jet bombers.
On first down, Akers. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Here we go on second and 12. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Ready.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Eason. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
This is brought in at the 21. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, first and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now, third and long.
Here we go. Alpha.
44's Mike. Check. I got it.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. He rifles one that's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Boy, you go 3 and out on your first drive, and that's not the way you want to start this drive either. Doesn't seem like they're really into it just yet.
No, first 4 plays, you don't want to call it a disaster, but not looking very sharp. On second down, Akers, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. He's got daylight. 30, 10, 5, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. From one end zone to the other, 101 yards. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Look at the spin.
Balance.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Well, partner, I have to say they caught him in the right defense there. Nickel set. 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Bridgestone, Travis. Hey, Haywood. Hey.
2nd and 6. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's second and goal.
Check. Crunch.
Second and 13. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars have retaken the lead. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out? The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
They'll run on first down. Akers. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down now, Akers. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
First down, Jacksonville.
Set 91. Hey, Charlie. Check.
Throwing on first down. Eason looking downfield for Jones. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10.
6-6, pull it high. Joker. Check 43. No. Off. Big grip.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On first down, Eason. And Stills bringing it in. That goes for a gain of 31.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
So it's still first and goal, but now they get to try from a bit closer. They'll try to run this one in, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcel Darius flies in at 331 pounds for the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Back to throw. Lawrence. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this be who you are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers,
and they'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here I come. Hey, Zoom. Here I come. Bye-bye.
To throw again. Lawrence. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Hey, exit. 44 is Mike. 44 is Mike. Check. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. 44. Now. Mike, 44.
Watch the run.
Smooth.
To throw on 3rd down, Lawrence. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. The former All-Pro Marcel Darius able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Eason. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down.
You draw quarter.
They'll try the left side. Akers. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
Go! 57 to Mike. 57. 22 jet bomber. Bravo. Switch. Check 20. Yep. 26. Ready.
They're going to try and throw. Looking downfield for Jones. That's caught inside the 20. And finally out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that had far too much air under it. It's out of the back of the end zone. And the football will come out to the 20-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your...
It's caught inside the 25. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Jaguars 27, Steelers 17.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
Hey.
Looking to throw. Eason. And he completes it to Westbrook. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. From the gun, Eason. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
It's second down.
On the ready. Hey, Haywood!
So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Their own 26-yard line.
Ready to break.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Look at me, zipper! Fight!
To throw on second down, Eason. That one complete. He finds Shark. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
First down, Jacksonville.
On first and 10, Eason. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ed Oliver. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's second and 18. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Hey, high 7. Look, squeeze. Hey, lock it. Tight dog. Switch. Now.
Throwing on third and long. Eason. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick six for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick six in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Fielded about a yard deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Ready? 30 base. Here we go. Christone, travel. Switch. 49, check 49, check 49. You got tight. Go out. You got tight right there. Now.
On second down, Akers. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Now, it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on third down. Back to throw. Eason. It's caught. Jones. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 28.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On first down, Akers. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
6, pull it high. He's checking crap. Check it back.
They'll keep it on the ground. Akers, and he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
On the set. You ain't doing nothing today.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On second down now. Akers, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to face a third down. They'll keep it on the ground. Akers, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out, and the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
and I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Go. Motion. Ready.
Throwing again. Lawrence. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 34.
That's another Steelers first.
Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Fofo's the Mike. Mike's Fofo. I'm coming. Now.
From the gun, Lawrence. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
44 is Mike. Check. Hey, keep it up. Hey, exit. 44. Mike, 44. All day, baby. All day. Yo, go. Mike Fofo. Let's get the ball. 44. Shoot.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Lawrence. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A.J. Boye with a pick. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
They'll come out in the pistol. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Undercrush. Jim, let's go. Get set.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, it does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27.
No gain on this defense, no gain.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Yep. Five.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lawrence. He's letting it fly for Cook. And now here is another interception. A.J. Boye with a pick. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It can be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead. But I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Bravo.
Operating from the gun, Eason. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Nikhil Roby-Coleman, a sack off the corner. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Looking to throw, Eason. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The kick by Lambeau is good, and that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Miles Jack with a sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Hey, Alpha. Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27. Watch us, let's go.
Back to throw. Lawrence. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 41. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
24 is the mic.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
24 is the mic.
Come on, D.
Throwing on first down. Eason letting one go deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. To throw again. Eason, he's going to let it go deep for the... Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. As his guys are in for 6, and the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. They had the lead in the fourth, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling.
And got his man complete. It's a gain of 35. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Right now, you better break. 44 is the mic. 44 is mic. Check, check. Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Hey, my 7. Mike, 44. Let's go.
On first down, Lawrence. He's going to let it fly. This is caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Brandon Cooks, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now down to 20. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready up.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. That one looks like he'll throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
24 is the mic.
Looking to throw. Eason. And his throw's going to be incomplete. J.C. Jackson there defensively to knock it away.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turns into a nice play.
Watch the eye.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Eason looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Open man right side is Shark. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He got 29 yards that time. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
24's the mic. Hey, defense, let's go.
From the gun, Eason. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Go.
Back to throw. Eason. The open man is Westbrook. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Got it. 6-6. Pull it out. Hey, 2. Get it.
On 1st and 10, Eason. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw. Eason. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Ed Oliver make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Here's Logan Cook now, as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Jacksonville, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, add another loss to the pile as they drop to 2-8 now on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.